So today I'll be talking about globalization. Just a quick definition. Globalization is the interconnectedness and interdependence of world markets. Let me bring you on down to this next slide. So what is globalization? I briefly mentioned interconnectedness and a fully integrated market, a world economy. What that means is the globalization of production. Many things can be made on different parts of the world. For example, Starbucks, McDonald's, IKEA. These products are worldwide products, not just exclusive to the U.S. market. The barriers to entry are significantly lowered, and business activity is encouraged to transcend national barriers. With the lowering of barriers to entry comes institutions of global governance. For example, the World Trade Organization, the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and the UN. These institutions all represent institutions of global governance that regulate and help manage the global markets. The two main drivers that are associated primarily with globalization is the decline in barriers for the free flow of goods, services, and capital. Second is technological advancements. With technology, more so because particularly the development in telecommunication, microchip processors, and technology that allows goods and services to be transported relatively quicker. I mentioned that lowering the barriers to entry is something that primarily paved the path to globalization. But if we were to say declining barriers is theoretical, in this particular case, technological advancements is reality. Before I finish with my quick overview of globalization, I want to briefly talk about the main argument that's associated, the big debate over the impact that globalization has. The main question is the shift towards a more integrated and interdependent economy necessarily a good thing? Many people would right off the bat say that lowering barriers to trade and lowering the barriers to international investments is definitely a good thing. Ultimately, as a result of this, prices are lowered, goods and services are lowered, and it stimulates the economy, stimulates economic growth, it creates jobs, and it raises income levels. On the other hand, opponents of globalization argue things such as environmental degradation. Essentially, what they're saying is that this is cultural imperialism. Primarily because of the multinational enterprises, the multinational emerging economies, the displacement of the sovereign nations. But in a nutshell, that's what globalization entails.